LinkedIn connection conversations is back for another week. I can't believe that I've managed to make it last this long. I think I've been on to maybe ten conversations I've had now, but I have to say, I have really, really enjoyed every single one of them. And I've been excited about this for a while. Suzanne and I have been meaning to catch up for a wee while now, and life has gotten away. Schedules and busyness and holidays and all these things have gotten away. But we're here. We've actually got to the conversation. And I'm not going to preempt too much of what Suzanne's going to say or tell you too much about what she does. But the reason I'm really excited about this is Suzanne does something that I think, I'm trying to think, it's really important to me. She has a thing in a space and does stuff that I think is really important to me and to the type of businesses I work with. So freelancers, um, individuals starting up in business, individuals that have successful practices. But I'm not going to preempt too much of that. I'm going to let Suzanne tell you all about that in the course of the next 10 minutes or so. So without further ado, Suzanne, tell us who you are.
Well, thank you for inviting me onto this wonderful conversation, Martin. So yeah, I'm Suzanne Murdoch, originally from a town called Epsom, just outside London. I moved over to Northern Ireland 15 years ago now with my husband and small son at the time. And I guess a little bit of background is we were building a house, self-employed, working out of a porter cabin. And it wasn't going very well, to be honest. I didn't really know anyone. I didn't even understand the accent. So we thought we'd better do something about this. And we were very lucky to get a small office in Newry at the time. And we'd seen this whole co-working concept throughout Europe, very much evolving at the time, quite early stages. And my husband was running a tax practice and I was helping with that, but I really wanted to get my teeth into something else and find my community, I guess, get a network of people, like-minded people together. So the Hub Newry was born. And I guess over the last 10, 15 years, it's evolved quite a lot, and we'll move into that. But it's just really helped find my feet, help, I guess, from a fulfillment and an energy perspective as well, and find more of a purpose of what I'm doing now.
Fantastic. And before, as you touched on it, we're going to come into the professional persona, what you do professionally in a wee moment. What do you do to relax? Because what you do as a day job is incredibly all encompassing, and you're a very, very busy lady. What do you do to chillax, to calm down, to settle yourself, to enjoy and get peace?
Yeah. Well, I guess the other side of me is professional taxi driver to children,
Very good.
which actually I quite enjoy, to be honest. I
Okay.
get quite into the whole, my daughter's a big soccer player, so I get quite into driving around the country and doing that. And my son's very much into cycling, so we enjoy that and all the crack comes with that. And then I'm massively into the whole heritage piece, both gardening, anything horticulture, and also historical with buildings and just history in general.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I love anything to do with that.
Brilliant. We're in the right part of the world for that. A lot of heritage
Mhm.
and history and ancient stuff in this part of the world. Okay, so what's the professional persona then, Suzanne? What do you do professionally?
So my background is very much within relationship management, both within finance and property sectors. I've spent many years in corporate, small to medium sized firms, working in partnership with my husband in finance, but being self-employed much more recently in the last 10, 11 years. Um, we launched our flexible workspace 2012. And we are based in Newry, just between Dublin and Belfast. And aside from this, I'm also a certified coach and mentor, and really love working with business owners, team leaders, and helping them very much find their right hybrid working strategy, the the right workplaces for them as their teams and the individuals within them. So that's very much what I'm focusing on right now and hoping to build in the next year or so.
Very good. I thank you. I have to thank you because a while ago now, time flies as we were saying earlier on. You gave Michelle and I a tour of your fantastic resource in Newry. It's the Hub Newry. Is that what it's called?
That's correct.
And we were blown away, absolutely blown away by the quality of the place, the quality of the building. And we're not talking about a small office here. We're talking about a 4-story building, or is it 3 stories, 4 stories?
3-story, yeah. So we've two spaces. Margaret Street is the newest one, based in the centre, and then one called Abbey Yard Studios, which is for more established businesses, a slightly bigger office spaces, but still very much with a community feel to them.
Mhm. And when we were looking at that, we thought, you know what, Suzanne's living a dream here, because there was a beautiful coffee shop from restaurant on the ground floor, and then offices above, and then on the top floor, there's like this like retreat. There's like an open garden type, courtyardy type thing on the roof, and I thought it was all fantastic. I thought I would love to do that, and we actually thought about doing it in Newcastle, and we got a bit down the road, and we realised it's really, really hard.
It really is.
And
And it's
somebody said,
constantly changing, Martin, like every year something, especially obviously through COVID, we did quite a few renovations.
"Mhm,
So we haven't got the coffee shop anymore. We still have on-site coffee, but we've the business lounge downstairs and more offices.
right,
But it's very, very flexible with the roof garden, different breakout areas. So we have a mix of office share, desk hire, and then more private office spaces as well.
now because you've done so much and put so much work into it, that takes energy. And I suppose the question I have for you is, what is it you're really passionate about? Is it people, buildings, or is it something else that drives you to make all this stuff happen?"
I think over the years I've found that it's the people, very much the people. We'd have a core membership here, quite a few people that have stayed with us since the beginning, and their businesses have evolved. They've evolved themselves. And I think you see those people changing. You see what they need, the energy, the different workspace environments, almost like a family atmosphere as well. So different things going on with their family. Their children are growing. They've questions. We all help each other gel with different expertise. And then I'm really, really passionate about horticulture, as I mentioned earlier, which is how the whole roof garden thing has come into play there,
Mhm.
and the whole finding the right environment for you as an individual. So you might have a team or business, but every one of those individuals within that thrive in a different environment with a different community. They need different types of spaces throughout the day, different infrastructure. There's a whole myriad of things that go into helping you function your best self at work and in life in general.
Did you find that COVID, after COVID, and that thing where people were used to working from home and working remotely, has that changed what you guys do, or is it, were you just ready to deal with all that when it came?
Um, I think there's still a big mix. So we're finding now that a lot of people are still working from home, but they might be commuting back into the office a lot. I think it's the whole flexibility piece, and we were able to use COVID as an educational piece as to the benefits of co-working spaces. The infrastructure, the communities that are here, the localities, the whole sustainability piece. And we found that there's a lot more corporate people using these spaces now. And they might still have to, I don't know, fly over to London, for example. But here in Newry, we're very well placed with the UK IP address. So even if they're living in the South, Dublin, Drogheda, they can still be based with us and have a UK employer.
Right. Okay. Wow. I hadn't even thought of that. A UK IP address. And does
Yeah, so there's the tax side as well. They need to be working from the UK for the tax compliance side.
Very good. I know we've less than 3 minutes left now. 3 questions here still to go, so we'll rattle through these fairly quickly. What are you attending? What events are you attending or organising in the near future? Anything good coming up?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this Wednesday with the whole mentoring coffee morning coming up for yourself, David Lizar. There's a lot of Grow Remote Island things coming up, and one quite soon in Banbridge with William Redpath.
That's right. Yeah.
And then from the co-working perspective, I'm attending GCUC UK in London.
Very
And
good.
it's co-working Europe in Porto. There's a lot coming up in the next quarter.
So you're actually quite involved in all that co-working, remote working type community.
Yeah,
Practically,
yeah.
you're actually immersing yourself in that. Very good. And I see you were down at the Grow Remote conference in Dublin recently. You found that good? Was it worth it?
Yeah, Portlaoise. It was brilliant. It was a lovely day, really sunny. It was a fantastic event. People from all over. A lot of people had flown in for that.
Mhm.
So there was co-working operators, but also a lot of freelancers, business owners, and a lot of really leading edge thinking around the whole remote working, hybrid working
Mhm.
ethos at the moment.
Very good, very good. What are you doing to build your networking brand? I can see some of it on LinkedIn and stuff, and it's fantastic. But what would you say you were doing? What's working for you in building the brand?
I do quite a bit of podcasting. Um, and to be honest, I repurpose a lot of my content from that. So I'm talking to a lot of different experts within the remote working field and the people that can really help make your time productive, bring those right connections and network in the community to you as well. And very much storytelling around what people are saying, leading edge thinking in the industry, showcasing our members here and what they're up to. I think it's very much around building that community feel.
Yeah, I see a lot of it. I've rung the wee bell or whatever it does on LinkedIn, so you come top of my feed, and there's some really good quality stuff and great conversations on there. So keep up the great work. That by itself is fantastic, regardless of all the other stuff that you're doing. Okay, that got to the last question, and that is, what would you ask me? What question do you have for Martin Gilchrist?
Okay, so I thought long and hard about this. And my key question for you is, how on earth do you balance all the networking you do with productivity in the business?
Well, networking is a big part of what we do at Gilchrist and Co, because we're a small practice of 300 clients, and it's a very particular niche: professional freelancers, freelancers in the medical, legal, tech, and creative sectors. And we have to put ourselves out there so those people know that we're here. So we invest in it. I would say I would invest about a quarter of my time in networking and online and LinkedIn and that type of stuff, because it's incredibly valuable. Not only does it help us win clients, but it also helps us maintain our network. The people around us, good people like yourself, Suzanne, who we can reach out to for support and help, who we can invite along to events that we're attending or that we're hosting ourselves, or that we can ask for advice or assistance. So it's an incredibly important part of what we do as a small business. We do invest in it quite heavily, so a lot of my time would be in it. Maybe not so much Michelle. She's focused on the accounts and the tax and the technical stuff and all that good stuff. But we make sure we're a very busy practice, and there is a lot of the admin and the professional statutory returns and all that type of submission that goes on as well. But we do make sure to invest in the networking, because we know and we've found it to be really valuable. Okay, I hope that answers your question to an extent. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much. Thank you, Suzanne Murdoch, from the Hub area and other stuff. Because our time's up, we've run over a little bit here. I'm going to say cheerio from me.
Cheerio and have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much, Suzanne. Bye.